Alright. I wanted to be sure if I can be heard. Um, I think we can start. I think the last time we got to OneDrive, but I think I have to go over again. Let me. Okay. Okay. So before I begin, I want to find out if we have someone have any questions from what we spoke about the last time. Last time we handled 365, Microsoft 365, but we didn't finish. We'll be continuing, then we'll move to what you're supposed to do for this week. But I want to find out if anybody have any question from what we did the last time, then I can go over. But I'll be doing a little recap though. But if somebody have any question, the person can just raise his or her hand. Okay, so there's no question. Okay, so if there's no question, I think I can start. So last week, we started with Microsoft 365, and we were trying to see how best we can use these tools in terms of collaborative learning, where there are certain tools there that we can use to do teamwork and other stuffs. Okay, so we started with this interface where all of us were able to access. But I noticed that some of you were using the Microsoft Suite, which has been installed on your computer. So when we got to where we are supposed to share certain things, they were not able to do that. So we are doing everything online in the cloud, not what you have on your machine. So if you have Windows, Microsoft installed on your machine, that's not what we are talking about. We are talking about you logging into your email, your Microsoft, your official student email account using the 365. Okay. So we did the interface, which most of the time when you log in, it brings you to. There's the Copilot interface, but we didn't talk about this. As I said, we'll be talking about the Copilot later, getting to the latter part of the semester where we're doing prompt engineering. That's where we'll come and talk about this. Then I made you aware that if you are here, you can always click on apps at the left side, and that open up all the other apps you can access on the 365. So there are lots of them. You can come to all apps. There are lots of them. Okay. But we decided to do the Outlook, which all of you have access. That's your Outlook, which we did. Then we moved to Word, which is the same as the Microsoft Word you have on your machine, but this time you are doing it in the cloud. Okay, so you are doing it in the cloud. So everything you do saves in the cloud. You can later download it and do it and move it to the one you have on your machine to continue. Then we look at how you can share after you are using the Word in the cloud, how you can share it in case it's a group work where you can share it with your friends so that they can also contribute. So I think last time we did, well, let me open Word. Let me open the Word. Where is the Word? Word. Okay. So the last time we spoke about sharing using the Word, and I think we did one. We did this. This is the work we're working on. Okay. Okay. Today my internet is I don't know because it's rained. I'm having bad internet connectivity at my end. Okay, so we spoke about after you've done the Word document, you can choose to share with your colleagues. And we spoke about sharing. All that you do is you click on the share. Then we try to use them because most of you, the share was not working. Okay. When you click on the share, it wasn't working. So we decided to use the copy link where, why am I having this challenge today? Please, can you hear me? I don't know whether I can be heard because
Yes,
I'm
sir.
having
You can
slow
be heard.
internet.
Yeah, please, we can hear
I hear
you.
you, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. So we look at the word where you can share. After I click on the copied link, this is the link you copy and you share. But we end up going the advanced where you can click on settings. Then you make sure either you want the person you are sharing to can edit or can just review or can view and others. We explained all these things the last time, and it applies to all of them. So you have to make sure when you are sharing a document, being Word or Excel to someone, you have to make sure you check the permission so that you do it. And also we decided to use the anyone with the link, and that's easy so that the person don't need to sign in. But you have to be very careful that when you are viewing anyone with the link, you have to be sure you are sending it to the right person because it's if it finds itself in someone else's mail or someone else's account, the person can equally access it. Okay, so we look at that one. So that's the only security you have to make sure when you choose anyone with the link. That's the one you have to make sure you are sending to the right person. So we did the Word, and I think we did SL. We did SL2, and we did which one? So with the SL, I think one of your colleagues brought a question that I think he had some work done on an SL sheet and he's trying to do it online and it wasn't working. And I made him that I understood that the one online is not very it's not that compatible. It's not very uh, it's just like the online one. It's not exactly the same as the one we installed on our machine. The one we installed on our machine has all the capabilities, all the functions, all the tools you need. But the online is a little limited. So there are certain things, if you are using certain formulas and certain things, sometimes when you put it online, it will not work. So that's one of the things you have to know. So that's one of the downside of using the Excel, even the Word itself. The Word itself, if you are doing it online, sometimes depending on how you want to format and do certain things on Word, certain things you can do on the actual Word on your laptop, you may not get the same tools or some of the same things online to do it. So in case that's the case, then you have to do it, move it to your machine and work on it. Usually the cloud Word Excel is not supposed to be meant as your final work. Just keep that one in mind. That should be your final work. That should be like sometimes a draft or some you use it to start where probably you can collaborate or get ideas from your friends. But when you need to submit the final work, no matter what, you have to bring it to your machine and use the right tool to do the necessary formatting before you submit. Unless what you are doing is not anything that needs serious formatting. But if it needs serious formatting, no matter what, you have to download it, bring it to your machine, your desktop, and open the actual Word you have on your machine and make sure you finalize everything before you can submit. So let's keep that one in mind, okay? It's not necessary that everything there is supposed to be final. I think after that, where we got to was OneDrive. And I think I'll start with the OneDrive all over again because last time our time was limited, so I decided to rush. So I'll start all over with the OneDrive. Okay, so with the OneDrive, all that you need to do is even if you are here, you just look for OneDrive, you click on it. If you are in your Outlook, so let me go to my Outlook, my email itself. Let me open my email. So any Microsoft, any of the products you are using, any of the don't know why sometimes my email has been, unless I restart the machine. Unless I restart the machine. So let me. So I think if you're in your email, you will by all means be able to find the Outlook. Okay, so let me go to the OneDrive, which the last time we all got the where's Drive. All right. All right. So this is OneDrive. Now let me start all over again with the OneDrive. Now OneDrive is the central hub for all the other Microsoft apps we spoke about. So when you are talking about the Word, the Excel, everything is linked to the OneDrive. They are all interconnected, but the OneDrive is just the space where all of them are stored. So you can see when you open the OneDrive, you have over here, you have home, my file, shared, favorites, recycling bin, people, and the rest. Then you have what the size. So I have 100 gig and I've used 12% of it. You can also see yours. When you exhaust it, you can still pay and expand if you want more space. But I think the 100 gig is enough. Now, at the left side, you can choose to close and open it. Okay, you can choose to close and open it. Now, when you any of the Microsoft software you find yourself, you can see this dot at the left top corner. When you click on it, you get access to the other apps. So from here, you can jump to another one, you can jump to another one. You don't necessarily need to maybe log out, go open another one and type the link all over again. You can just click on Word and it will open Word for you in another tab. Microsoft Team, you can then the suite and other learning activities, all of them you can just open them. But that the software apps are a lot, are really, really a lot. I'm sure, as I said, when we get to the prompt engineering, we'll jump into some of them. So some of them work in hand in hand with AI too. So when we are doing prompt engineering, then we'll see how best we can connect them to the prompt engineering we'll be doing. Okay. So over here we have the home, and the home brings you to just the interface where you can see various things. Then we have my files. My files, when you click on my files, you will see folders and files that you created in an organized form. Okay, the home it looks a little scattered. Okay. Now, and at the home, when you come down, we have what recent or Word. So you can filter by the type of file you also want over here. Then we have the my files where everything is in an organized way where you have folders and files in a nice way. Then when you click on shared will bring you things that you've shared with someone, whether you shared with someone or someone have shared with you. All of them will be under shared. So we have with you. Okay, so these are things that someone shared with me. And you can see it was shared by Elvis. This one was shared by Dominic. So those who share their details will be here. And with you, when I click on with you, so those are things that other people have shared with me. Then when I come by you are things you shared with other people. So when I click by you, then I'll see document that I shared. Are we following it? So with you are things people shared with you, and by you are things that you shared with other people. You shared to other people. So I have things that I shared here, then I have with you under shared. Then when you come to favorites are things you decide to star or favorite them. So when I come to favorites, I have two folders here, which are favorites. If I come back to the files and maybe I want the attachment to be part of the favorite, all that I'll do is I'll click on the star here to add it to the favorite. And when I come to favorites, I'm going to see attachment as part of it. So whilst you keep on uploading things into your OneDrive, sometimes they may be a lot. So you have to find a way to favorite some of them so that you can filter it easily from the vast data you have on your OneDrive. Okay. So let me unfavorite it. Then when we come to recycling bin are things you decide to delete. Okay, so if after some time, some of the files you don't need, you can delete them. And when you delete, they come to the recycling bin. Okay. Then from the recycling bin, it's still stored on your machine. If it's on recycling, it's still there. If you want it to be deleted permanently, then you can come to the recycling bin, click on the file, then you click on another delete so that it deletes permanently. or you can click on restore to restore it back to where it was. Okay. Then we have the by people meeting. The meeting links to Google Teams. Then people are maybe people that you've shared things with, their names will pop up. Okay. So anybody you have shared or you have shared something with him will come to people. Okay. So that's how the sidebar is. Okay. Now, when you want to do something or anything on the OneDrive, it's best you try to put things in an organized way. So when you want to create a file or add anything, we have what? The first option here, which we have what? Create or upload. Okay, create or upload. So when you click on it, we have these options that pops up. We have folder. So it's asking you want to create a folder, just as we create folder on our computers. So you create it. If you have something on your machine, which is in the folder, and you want to upload the whole folder, there is an option. Then you click on what? Upload folder. So to give you option to upload what you have on your machine onto the cloud, to the OneDrive. If you want to upload, it's not a folder, but it's a file. So you click on upload file, then you can select, if it's a multiple file, you can select all the files and upload. Okay. Then in case you want to create a Word, you can easily create a Word here, create Excel, create PowerPoint. So all the options are also here. Okay. Now let's start with creating of a folder. Yeah. So to create a folder, what you do is, and you have to find a way to keep your things organized in a OneDrive. Okay. So you have to keep your things organized so that when you want something, you can easily go there and get it. So let's say you want to create a folder. You come click on what? Folder. Then to ask you what is the name you want to give the folder, just as we do on our computers. So let's say this is ICD 101 Jane 2026 code. So that's the name of the folder I want to create. Okay. Now it's also what color do you want to give the folder? Do you want it the normal yellow that we always see, or you want it another color? So if you want it yellow, you keep the yellow. If you want it another color, you choose another color. So let's choose, let's say this purple. Okay. So I choose the purple, then I click on create. As soon as you do that, it's just the option folder has been created. So as soon as I click here, I click on it, it will take me to the particular folder straight. That's one. So it has been created into what? My files. So which means if I go to my files here, I'm supposed to see that folder. Okay, so it has created. Either you click here, that takes you directly into the folder, or you can click on my files and you see the folder, any of them. So let me click on my files and I can see the folder. Where is the folder? ICD, that's it. ICD Jane 206 code. Okay, let me close the side so that we have a bigger screen. Okay. And I made you aware that when you create a folder or you create a file, any new file you create, it will come with this small 3 blue signs on top. That shows that it's a new file, something that was created new. So you can see as I put the mouse on it, I'm seeing new, which shows that it's a new file. Now, within a folder, you can create subfolders. At the same time, you can add materials to that particular folder. But first, let's look at sharing a folder. So you've created a folder which is empty. Okay. Now, to share the folder, there are the various ways you can do it. You can first, so let's first favorite this folder so that I will be able to locate it. So to favorite it, what I'll do is I click on the star and now I can see it at favorite. So I have the folder here, which is at favorite. Okay. So let me go back to my files and let me look at the file again. Okay. Now, so to share, there are 2 ways. First, and because if you've not shared anything, it becomes what? Private. Over here, you see what? Private. So it's only you can see because it hasn't been shared. As soon as you share, it will change from private to what? Shared. Okay. And also the file size and the items in the file will indicate, you show. So now the new file I created as was 0 item. There's nothing in it. The one above has 3 items. This one have what? 1 item. Okay. So to share, you can right click and you see the option to share. The options are there. Share, change color, rename, download, on favorite, delete, manage access. I think the last time we spoke about all this. So that's one way you can share. Another way in which you can also share is by clicking the share over here, which you can also share. Or you can click on the 3 dots here, 3 dots beside it, and that also give you the same option, just like right clicking. Okay. So to share, I click on that and I click on what? Share or copy link. Okay. Let me use the copy link. So this is the link. I copy it and I can go to settings and see whether the security I've set is right. Anyone with a link, people will use it to you. I'm still using anyone with a link. But just make sure when you are sharing, you have to be sure whether that's the option you want. Okay. So I want the person to edit, so I click on the option. So the person I'm sharing with can edit, can view, and can view but cannot download. That's why the person can view and can download but can't make changes to it. Okay. So I've put it into what? Can edit. So this one, the edit, the person can do anything with it. Then set date and password is open. Then I can just click and I can share the link with you. So let me quickly share the link. Coming. So I'll share the link in the chat box. And after the link is shared, anybody who click on the link will get access to this particular folder. So I want to find out, those who are using computer, if you have access, see if you can upload something to the folder. So this is the folder. I've just opened the folder. Now the folder is empty. To add anything or something to the folder, you can do the drag and drop if you're using a computer. So you can open the file you want to add, locate the file. Let's say locate the file. Okay, so locate the file, then you can drag the file like this and probably drop. That's one way of attaching something to the file. So you can drag and drop. And anybody who opens can also drag and drop. That's one way of what? Dragging a file to the folder. Just as we do on our machines. Okay, so I've added the file. If I just refresh the page, I will see the file has been added to it. So let me refresh the page and see. Okay, so a couple of you have added things to it. Okay, so I can see a lot of file being added. So that's how you add things to it. If you can't do drag and drop and you are using a phone or a tablet, now when you open the file, what you do is you click on the plus sign here. When you click on the plus, because now you are in the folder, anything you add will go to that particular folder. If you are outside the folder, then it goes to the outside the folder. I hope you are following. So if you are in the folder and you click on the add and you click on upload a file or attach a file, anything you add will go to that particular folder. So you can click on it, click on upload a file, then you locate where the file is, then you can equally attach the file to the folder. Okay, so I can see a lot of files have been added to the folder. That's good. All right. So there is it. Now, within a folder, you can choose to create another folder. Okay, so in case I want to create another folder. Let me delete all the files that have been added here. Don't mind me for deleting your files. I just want us to have a clean files. Okay. Now, so I'm in a folder. Okay, I'm in that folder. To create another folder, what I'll do is I'll come and click on it, then come towards folder. Then I can name this folder. Let's say this folder level 100. Okay, I click on create. So what I've done is I've created a folder within a folder. Do you understand? Let's assume I want to create another folder, name it level 200. But instead of me creating the folder here, I end up coming to my files and I created the folder here. Okay, so let me create a folder outside the folder we created. Let me name it level 200. Okay. So now my intention was to create the level 200 folder inside this folder. Okay. My intention was to create level 200 folder inside, but I end up creating level 200 folder outside that particular folder, which sometimes you may do such mistakes. Okay, you may end up creating a folder outside the folder. So what do? Are you supposed to delete or what? What you can do is you can move the folder. So this is where the level 200 is. It was supposed to go inside this particular folder, but it's rather outside. So to move it, what that you can do is you can either click on the three dots action, okay, or you can right click, then you have what move. Okay, you can also copy. So if you have a lot of files in them, you can click on what move. Then you get the option to choose where do you want to move it to. So I want to move it to this particular folder. So I click on the folder and I click on move what here. And with that, I've moved it from outside the ICD new folder we created. Now it's now inside. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are we following?
Yes, sir.
So that is how you work with OneDrive. So now that we have a OneDrive we've created, now you can choose to share the whole folder, or you can choose to share individual folders or files within a folder. Sometimes people do mistake. They've created folders, maybe folder 1, folder 2, folder 3. Then they want to share a particular folder. Instead of them sharing a particular folder, they end up sharing the overall mother root folder. When you do that, then it means you've given the person access to everything inside that particular folder. But that wasn't your intention. So when you are sharing a file or a folder, just be sure of what exactly you want to share. So assuming within the folder, the first one, I decided to share the first one, right? Maybe that's not what I wanted to share. I noticed it was a mistake. What I'll do is you have to come back to my files. Okay. Then I'll come back to what? The folder that I shared. Maybe I mistakenly shared it, so I want to stop sharing. Okay. So you come back to it. You click on what? Share again. Okay. Then to stop sharing, all that you do is you click on it. Then you can just change the link to any of the options. That's one way, so that people who have it may not have access to it. See it again. Okay. So that's one way in which you can change the restriction from what sharing to unshared. Okay. Now let's say I don't want to share the whole folder, but I want to share just one aspect of it, just a file, like the way we have documents on it. Which means instead of me sharing the whole folder, I'll just come in and share this particular file instead of sharing what the whole folder. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? So I think with OneDrive,
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Your money was.
Sir, please, the first folder you created with the name ICDE
101.
101. Please, when you created the file, you change the color from yellow to I think it's purple or something, but the color didn't change.
And the color didn't change. Let me
Yes,
see.
please, it didn't change.
I
I
saw
was
some
surprised.
error here. I saw some error. I think that's the error, but I didn't take notice of it.
Because I was thinking to change. It didn't change. That's
Okay,
why
let
I
me see.
was
Let me see.
confused.
Okay, it has now changed.
Okay,
I
thank you.
saw some error, but I didn't.
Okay.
I thought it
So
because I was having the internet
I was
issue.
confused. I was wondering why it didn't change.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. So let's jump to the LMS. I think the last week we were supposed to do an assignment, and I postponed the assignment. So I'm opening the assignment now. With the knowledge gotten so far from OneDrive, our assignments can now be done for 10 marks. The deadline is Saturday. Next week, no lecture. Next week is Easter, right? So you have the whole weekend for yourself. So the deadline for this assignment is Saturday, 6 p.m. Let's go through the assignment question with you. The whole assignment is for you to master OneDrive in practice. So how I created the folder and you were adding the files into it, that's what you need to do. And you need to do it, even though the assignment is limited to level 100, but I want you all to do it to like those who are doing degree should create it to level 400. Those who are doing diploma should create up to level 200. Now, what you need to do is, the question says, log into OneDrive first, create a folder and name it using the format, your index number dash your full name. That's the instruction. So which means the first folder you create should be with your index number hyphen your full name. So example is there. So if your index number is there hyphen, then if your name is Amas Mensa, do it to Ama Mensa. Then within that folder, the next step is to create. So that this one becomes what? Your root folder, the topmost folder. Now within that folder, you create another subfolder. So you create a folder in the folder, just as I did the level 100. And in that folder, inside the root folder, the folder should be the program you are offering. So if you are DIT, you do DIT, or you either write it in full or you shorten it, DIT or diploma in IT. If you are BSc computer science, IT is BIT, or BSc in how you want to write it, but it should represent the program you are offering. If you are procurement and supply chain, either you write it in short, you shorten it, or you write it in full. Okay, that's the folder's name. Then within the program folder, you create another folder. So you are going to have another subfolder in program, and that is going to be level 100. So you are going to create 4 folders if you are doing degree, and if you are a diploma student, you create 2 folders. One folder will be level 100. The next folder is level 200. The next folder is level 300. The next folder is level what? 400 for degree. But for diploma, you end it at level 200. Okay. Now, after that, you come and pick level 100 folder. Then in level 100 folder, you create 2 folders in them. That is first semester and second semester. Then you move to level 200, you create another folder, first semester, second semester. Level 300, the same thing. Level 400, the same thing. Are we following? I'm just giving the steps so that it will be easy for you. Then, since we are on level 100 first semester, after you've created all of them, our focus is going to be on level 100 first semester. You don't need to do anything for the rest again. But it should be in your OneDrive, and I'll urge you after you continue updating it. When you get to level 200 second semester, you keep on updating it. Okay. Now, level 100 first semester, now we are going to focus on level 100 first semester because that's where we all find ourselves. Now, within level 100 first semester, you are going to create another folders, name them according to all the courses you are offering, like this. So we'll focus on first semester. So if you are doing introduction to computing, you have what CSE, the short code. I don't know. So you write a short code dash then the course name. Short code dash the course name. So if you are doing BIT, how many courses are you doing? BIT students.
Plus yours, that would be 8, sir.
By 8, okay. What about the procurement supply chain people? Are you also 8?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Plus
sir.
yours
Okay.
is
All right. Diploma also 8, right? Or 7? 7. Okay. So
7.
I think so you are going to create each folder for each course. Okay. Then after you are done with creating each folder for each course, we are going to have 8. Those who are doing 7 are going to do 7. Then after that, you come to each course, then you upload all the materials you have for that course there. So for my course, you have to download all the slides I've given you, go inside, upload them. The other courses you are doing, the materials they're giving to you, even including assignments that you have, downloadable stuffs, just upload them into those particular course folders. Are we following? So that's the assignment. So you do all. Then when you are done, then you have to share the root folder. So after you've done the structure from starting to end, and at halftime I'll be checking, and it's 10 marks. So those who complete it will get the full mark. Those who will not complete it will get 5. Some will get 2. Some will get 3, depending on your file, your OneDrive you'll be sharing with me. If I open it and I check all the files and it's not up to, you lose marks for it. Okay. So when you are done, your responsibility is to share the root folder with me. That's the first folder you created. You share and do it anyone with the link. Don't share to my email and put my email there. No. If you send it to my email, I'll not mark. Do anyone with the link, because I want to be sure that all of you are following that particular rule, so that anybody, because I'll log in with a normal machine, which I'll not sign into my Microsoft account. So if you don't follow that rule, I'll not be able to access the file. And if I can't access the file, automatically you score 0. So the root folder, that's the first folder, you share, then you come to the LMS platform like this. Then you come and click on what? Add submission. Then the link, you paste the link here. So if there's the link, you paste the link. After you've gone through everything, then you submit. And as soon as you submit, that's it. After I mark, you see your marks. So that's the assignment. Is this self-explanatory?
no, sir. It's
Sir,
complicated.
please, sir, please,
It's
sir, please go
complicated.
ahead.
Sir,
Sir,
Sir, please
it's
go
yes, sir.
over back and show
Go
us
over
how we are
again.
going to
sir,
I've given you all the tips. So
sir,
okay,
please, at least one line. Go ahead, please.
It's
I should go over.
confusing.
Okay, so let me try and see if I can use the LMS to explain to you. Okay, so administration, courses, manage courses category. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use this to explain to you, and this will be very, very, very okay. Now, this is ICD programs. Okay. So I want you all to create a first folder, not ICD folder, but the instruction is supposed to be your index number hyphen your name. That's how you name it. Then within that folder, you are supposed to create what? The program you are offering. So let's assume the program you're offering is BSc Supply Chain and Management. Okay. Then within the folder, you're supposed to have level 100, level 200 to 400, just like this in the folder. Then within level 100 folder, you are supposed to have first semester and second semester, just as you are saying here. Okay. Are you following? Then within the first semester, you are supposed to see the courses that are being done. Then within each courses, you see the materials. So if you are doing this on a computer, let's say on a computer, what you do is you create first folder like this. First folder, index number, name. Okay. Then within the first folder, you open the first folder. Then you create another folder, which is the program you are offering. Okay. Then within the program you are offering folder, you create a folder which is what? Level 100. You create another one, level 200. You create another one, level 300. That's if you are degree, but if you are diploma, you end at level 200. Okay. Degree to level what? 400. Now, after creating this folder, the next thing is in each folder, in level 100, you are supposed to create what? First semester, second semester. So let's say first semester. Then you create what? Second semester. Because we are trying to archive our journey. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
That's the project. First semester, second semester. After that, you come back to level 200 and repeat the same thing. After that, come to 300, do the same thing. After that, come to 400, do the same thing. Then when you are done, you come and focus on only level 100 first semester because that's where you find yourself. When you go to level 100 second semester, you can now populate the second semester courses, even though you may not be doing my digital studies again. But this is a training for you to go with, so you complete. So you come to first semester, then you create first folder, the courses you are doing. So maybe ICD 101, digital study skills. Okay. Then you create folder for the other course, all the courses. Then when you are done, you take individual course like this. Then you put the you upload the materials you have. So if it's digital skills and you have these materials, so all the materials will be made model 1, model 2, the PowerPoint, the videos, if you like, you can upload it. If you don't like, leave the videos because the video will be very big. I'm talking about the PowerPoints and the books, the PDFs you have. You come, then you upload them here. So you do everything in the cloud. So after you are done with digital study skills, you go to another course. Then you make sure all the materials you've been given. You archive everything. And this is portfolio. You are creating a portfolio for yourself. When you get to level 200, second semester, you do the same thing. So at every point in time, all the materials you have it somewhere in your drive, which you can access everywhere. Is this self-explanatory? So this is what I want you to do. But you'll be doing this in the cloud, not on your machine. Are we okay now?
Yes, we are okay, sir.
Yes. So when you are done, the first folder you created, you share the link. As I said, you share the link like this. You copy, make sure it's at anyone with the link. Then you come to the LMS where the assignment is. Where is it? This is the assignment, this place. You click on it. Then you scroll down towards add submission. Then you can paste the link there. Like the link you just paste it. After sharing, then you just submit. After you submit, that's it. I'll mark and give you your marks. So what I'm going to do is, I think the time, this one is a lot of work. So let me extend the time a little. No, I'm very favorable. I just want you to do the work. So the deadline is 4th. So let me push it from 4th to 11th. Okay, so let's do it next week, Sunday. That is 12th. We are not meeting next week, so let me do it 12th April for everyone. 12th April at 6 p.m. so that everyone can submit their work. All right.
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, morning, boss.
You
We
said
are
we are
most
using
grateful.
instead of OneDrive.
You said? I can hear you, please. Hello. Can you go over again? I didn't hear the question.
Please, you said we are using cloud.
Yeah, OneDrive is a cloud. So OneDrive is cloud. So if you are dealing with OneDrive, you are in the cloud. So anything you save is in the cloud. So it's OneDrive. So OneDrive is the same as storing in the cloud. I'm sure the DIT people there, they understand it very well. So everything we are doing everything is in OneDrive. So OneDrive is when you are dealing with one, as far as you are saving something, what if it's not locally on your machine and it's on a server somewhere, then you are dealing with the cloud space. Okay, so that's what that means. So it's a OneDrive assignment. Any question? All right. So if there's no more question, let's move to what we are supposed to do for today. Since we start, there's a question.
Yes, please.
All right, sir.
Yeah. So please, should it be the student, the school OneDrive or our
Yes,
personal email
the
OneDrive?
school OneDrive.
Some of us we have difficulty logging into the OneDrive.
You still don't access this. You can't still access the student email.
I can access the email, but the OneDrive, when I type in the password, they keep on saying I should make it secured. And when I follow the instructions, they keep on sending me feedback that they've sent some the gate I have to put in, blah blah blah. But I'm having some challenges. I don't know why.
But you are able to access the Outlook.
Yes, please.
But from the Outlook, you should be able to access the OneDrive easily. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't worry. In case you are still having issue, let's talk within the week, and I'll see how best I can assist you with that. Okay.
Some of
Thank
us we are unable to access the Outlook.
Okay, so if you are unable to access the Outlook, I'll share a number, chat with that person. So I'll share that number with you. It's better I share it right now because if I said I should, the cost reps, I don't know, do you have many cost reps? So let me share the number right now so that you can chat with that person. He is in charge of the Outlook account. It's called Enoch. Okay, so I'm sharing his number right now in the chat box. So if you have Outlook issue, just chat with him and he'll support you.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'm sharing his number right now. So Enoch.
Please,
I've shared it. I've shared it. I hope you can see it in the chat box.
Yes, please. So
All
please,
right.
Miss Becker, share his number to me. I sent him a message more than 2 weeks now. No reply. I don't know.
The same Enoch.
The
Sir,
same
me
Enoch.
too. Yes, me too. You don't mind.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay,
more
so
than 3 weeks.
so what you do is you okay, so okay, what you guys can do is you compile one course should compile those who have issues, your index number and your full name. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
I'll just set the list with me. I'll go there, I'll let him generate a generic password for everyone, the same password. Then you use it to log in and you change it to your own password.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes,
the
sir.
course should compile those who have the Outlook issues. Your name and your index number. That's all. That's the only thing I need. Your name and your personal your index number. Then I'll let them do that for you guys. Okay. So
Yes,
course
sir.
do that and send it to me during the week. Then I can work on it. But in case, so say some of you are having issues, in case, no, I'll try and get it fixed because I don't want anyone to use your personal Outlook because it's academically destined. All of us are supposed to use the same platform so that we can track and monitor the progress. Okay, so I'll get it fixed next week for you guys. Okay. All right. So let's move to what we are supposed to do for today. All right. So I'm sure the time is gone, but we'll try and catch up. I'll know because the time is going. I'll know go according, I will not be moving with the slide like that. Okay. So now we are done with Microsoft. Now we are moving to Google. Okay. So most of the things that Microsoft have in terms of collaboration, the things we've done in Microsoft, Google also have similar thing. And I know all of us have Gmails. So we are going to see how you can also use the Gmail or Google product to do the same thing. Then at least we can compare and see which one we can use. And so this is just a slide. I'll not spend time in the slide. Okay. I'll not spend time with the slide. I think we'll do it practically. Later, you can just go through the slide and you can understand. And it's follow the same procedures with what we've done. So let me just finish this, end the slide, and let's go to Google. So we all have Gmails, right? We all have Gmails. So let me go to my Gmail. I want to share that screen. Okay. So we all have Gmails, right? Now, Google also have similar platform just as Microsoft for collaboration learning. So in case you don't have Microsoft 365, you can locally use Google. That's if in case you want to do group discussion, group contribution with you and your colleagues, you can equally use Google. Okay. So we are now coming to see how Google's interface also looks like. Then later we can see there is time we compare Google and Microsoft. Then we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Now with Google, we all have our Gmail. We have this way. I don't need to spend time with the Gmail. When you look at the right top, we also have this 9 dots. You know, Microsoft, we also have it, but it was at the left. I think they copy each other, or I don't know. So with Google, when you click on that one, you also have different apps. So we have what? Drive. So Drive, Google Drive is the same as what? Microsoft Drive. It works the same as what? Microsoft Drive. So Microsoft calls its own OneDrive, and Google calls its own Google Drive. The same thing. How this one works, that's the same way this one works. Then when you come down, we have other stuff. We have Doc. So Doc is just like the Microsoft Word we did that we were sharing, but Google calls its own Google Doc. Okay. Then we have what? We did Excel, and Google calls its own what? Google Sheets. Where is it? Google Sheets. Okay, that's it. Google Sheets. Then we have, we are supposed to do Microsoft Forms. I think the time is gone. So what I'll do is, we are supposed to do Microsoft Forms too. So what I'll do is I'll try to see if I can get a video of someone teaching the Microsoft Forms, and I'll put it on the platform for you to watch. Or if I can do my own short video on it. Because you will need it. The Microsoft Form or the Google Form, you may need it when probably you are doing survey and you need people to, you know, answer certain questions for you. That's why you have to create a form. You can either use Microsoft or use Google Form. Okay. But it's the same, it's easy. As soon as you open it, you get access and you see how it works. It's not anything difficult. So let's start with Google Drive first. This time we are starting from Drive and we go backwards. Okay. So I'll click on Google Drive, and that takes me to the interface of Google Drive. So this is the interface of Google Drive. It's just similar to what? The OneDrive we did. Over here, we have what? The home, where you see everything, just as we saw in what? The OneDrive. We have my drive, and my drive was just like my files. So over here, my drive is just like my files. Okay, so this is Microsoft, my files. And for Google, we have what? My drive. Then we have computer. We have shared with me, just as we have with what? OneDrive. Okay. We have recent, then we have what? Start. It's the same thing. We have trash. Then we have the storage. So you see the Google, the storage is very small, 15 gig. Unless you decide to expand it yourself. But the Microsoft, you have like 100 gig, which is really a lot. Okay. Now over here too, we have what? The new. Over with OneDrive, we have what? Create and what? Upload. But for Google Drive, we have what? New. Which when you click, you have the almost similar thing. You have create a new folder, upload a folder, upload a file, upload a folder. And when you come here, we have the same thing. New folder, upload file, upload folder. You can see the similarity, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Then we
sir.
have what? Doc, sheet, slides, vid. That's the apps. That's the same way with OneDrive. We're having the same apps here. Okay. So the same style we did for the OneDrive, we can do the same thing. So first, let's try. We are creating a folder. So we create a new folder. We'll name it what? ICDE 101 0126, or let me see, Jane 2026 quotes. Okay. It's the same thing. Then you create what? Create a folder. It's just the same thing. So we have what? The folder. The folder has been created. So that's the folder. So the folder is this, the folder we created. To change the color of the folder, you can right click, go to what? I think organize. Yes, organize. Then with the organize, you can choose what? The color you want. So if you want color green, you choose color green and the folder changes. Okay. So if you want to star it, you can right click, go to organize, then you click on what? Add what? Star. So it's almost the same thing, but it's just sometimes the options are a little hidden somewhere. If you want to download the whole folder, you can just right click, click on what? Download. You can rename, you can remove to trash. That's if you want to delete it. Now within a folder, you can equally what? Create another folder. By opening it, then you click on new, create another folder, or you upload a file, or you can right click inside, where you can right click inside here, you can get what? Create a folder, upload a file, and you are good to go. Just as we've been doing on our machines. So they are very, very similar. So the assignment I give for OneDrive, you can do the same assignment for Google Drive. Okay, it's the same thing. Now, if you have a folder and you want to attach or upload something there, you can also do the same drag and drop we did earlier. Drag and drop over here, and you drop, and it's the same thing. The file will be uploaded to that particular folder. It's the same thing. Hello? Is there a question for me? Someone said that his Google Drive is full. Then if your Google Drive is full, I think go through if there is something there you think you can delete. Because the Google Drive, one thing about Google Drive is sometimes it gets full up without we knowing, because sometimes people send us emails, those so certain websites we subscribe to, they send videos, they send huge files, and those huge files are stored in your OneDrive, your Google Drive. So if you go to the Google Drive, you notice that if today is your first time you're opening your Google Drive, you may see that there are lots of files that you don't know where it came from. Who is experiencing that? You don't know where it came from. But because of certain emails, certain people have sent to you, and you know, if you are sending email using Google and you are attaching a file which is more than 25 megabytes, okay, if you are attaching a file that's more than 25 megabytes, Google will tell you your file size is too huge. Do you want to embed it in OneDrive or a Google Drive or something? It gives you some message. As soon as you choose OK, then it will embed it and goes. But as soon as it goes, which is taking a space from your Google Drive. So certain emails that you'll be receiving probably have it. So you can just go through the files, individual files, certain things you think you don't need, delete, and you start getting space. And one funny thing is sometimes it links to your email. When your Google Drive becomes full, you stop even receiving emails, your Gmail emails, because all of them are linked together. So I'm sure some of you have received message that your Gmail is full. You'll be deleting all your inboxes, but still it's still full. You don't get space.
Yes, sir.
Please.
And I think
Yes. So because the email you are deleting is they are kilobytes. They are kilobytes. They will not do anything. It's the OneDrive that is causing that. So when you it's the Google Drive that is causing that. So when you come to your Google Drive and you delete the bigger files, all of a sudden you get space and your email will start functioning all over again.
and I think
Okay.
that
Some of us, we need our backups, documents, and pictures.
Okay, then if that's the case, then you have to expand it. It's not even expensive. I think of 25 cedis a month or so. 200 gig.
Yes, 25. I've been
So,
trying.
okay.
It's not working. I don't know.
You try expanding, it wasn't working.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, really? Did you use Momo or you use a credit card?
Momo.
Wow. Oh, okay. All right. So I think that's one of. So if in case there are files there, that is very, very important. They can keep it. But in case your space are not, there are a lot of things you don't need, you can delete so that you get some free space. So basically, that's it for the OneDrive. Now, to share a particular thing, we are going to look at the sharing. Okay. You can right click and share. Okay. You can just right click and share. Let's say I want to share. Let me go back and share the folder, the whole folder. So let me come back to this side. And where is the folder I created? Where is the folder? The one I just created. Where is it? Okay, that's it. So you can right click, then click on share. Okay. Now, over here, let's click on the share and let's look at the options. So share. Now, over here, if you are sharing it to a particular person, you have the person's email, then you can type the person's email here directly. So which means that's the only person who can access what? The file or the folder. Okay. Then when you share to the person you are sharing with, there is restriction. Whether you want the person to like when you share, the person can get, or when you want the other options here. No, let me use this option. So if you share, the person will access the file. Okay. But in case you want to share everyone with the link, the option 2 is also there where you can select everyone with the link. Then you can copy and share the link with that person. Okay. So when you go anyone with the link, then we are just going to the old way of sharing things. But when you don't want to go with anyone with the link, then you specify the person's email here, and automatically the person will get email notification of the file that has been shared. The person can access. Now, when it comes to anyone with the link, we have option here too. Because it's a folder, we have viewer, commenter, and editor. So there is almost the same, but just the name is different. So viewer is just like the person can only view. Commenter can view and download. Then editor, the person can add file, delete. That we are giving the person full access to what? The particular folder. Now, the folder gets its own restrictions or rules. When you are sharing a file to, it also have its own restrictions and rules. Okay. So that's one way. Or you can right click, then share. Instead of using share, you click on copy link. As we're doing, then you can share it with the person. Okay, so that's how you do the sharing for Google Drive. It's just the same as OneDrive, very straightforward. Now let's look at the doc. Now, Google Doc, let's open the folder and create a doc here. So we can create a doc in here, or we can go to Google Doc here and create. But when you go here and you create the document will be anywhere in the OneDrive, unless you direct it to the particular folder you want, or later you can move it. So you can come here, click on doc here, and it will open a new doc for you to create. Or you can come in the folder, then we right click, then you come to a Google Doc. So Google Doc, create a new doc. So it's just the same as the Word we did. You can give it a title. So let's say doc 1, that's the title. Then you can type what you want to do. Okay, in case you are typing. So let's say comment, you can type. Okay, you can type. Let's say you are typing. Or let me try and look for a good file and paste there. Let me just look for. Okay, so let me put this file there, this text there. Okay, so this is the text. You can edit it just as we do it in Word, but it's just that you are limited. Because if you check the actual Word, you check actual Word, you see Word have different tools you can use. But over here, you are limited. Okay, so you can do your normal Word, maybe insert some tables and do other stuff. But in case you do your collaboration with your group, you have a group work, you've done your contribution. In order to finalize the work, you have to download it onto your machine, maybe the final person, the final work. Then you do your formatting, proper formatting before you upload or submit to your lecturer or your professor. Okay. Now, to do that, in case there's the final work, to download, all that you do is you come and click on File, then we have what? Download. It will give you option whether you want to download it in a doc format, in a PDF format, in an old piece. If you're using rich text, if you're using Max, all the formats that are there, you can download it any of the formats you want. But you will be downloading it in probably a Word document, which you can get it on your local machine, then open it with your Microsoft Office that you've installed on your machine and do the proper words, editing. Are we following?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's assume this is the work. Then you want to share with your colleagues, just as we did with the other one. You click on share, okay? Then anyone, let's say anyone with the link, okay? Then we have what? View. So this is just view. I just want to share, copy the link and share so that we see whether I see whether you can only view or you can edit. So let's look at the view. So let me share the chat box. Okay, so I'll share the link. I want to see any of you clicking on it. And let me see if you can view or you can edit. Okay, so I have a couple of you. Can you edit or you can only view?
We can only view.
You can only view. Good.
Yes.
Okay, so you can only view. You can't do anything with it. Now, let me change the condition to commenter. Okay. Okay. So I've changed to commenter. Can you reload the page? Okay, so I can see some of you are able to type. So just try and edit some of them. I just want us to see, just try play around with it. I want us to look at something. Okay, so now, because I made you people a commenter, okay, the difference between a commenter and the other option is that anything you type in the Word document, it's up to me, the owner, to accept or not accept. So you can see anything you are typing is coming in the form of. So can you please pause? I want to show you something. Can you all please pause? I just want us to look at something. You can see this is the Word document. Now, because you are commenters over here, I can see all the editing you people have done. And it's up to me to accept. So if I realize somewhere what somewhere as I click on KKK, or I don't need it, I click on what? Reject, and it goes. I come here, I click on what? someone has typed. I don't need it. I click on reject. I come here, I click on what? Reject. I come here, I click on what? Reject. Let's assume I want to keep this one. I'll come and click on what? Accept. Come here, I click on accept. Come here, I click on accept. So when you are sharing a document for certain people to review, maybe you've done a work, you want to share it with someone for the person to go through and do the necessary changes, then you have to share it as what? A commenter. Are we following?
Yes, sir.
That's when you can see the changes. Then you decide whether you want it or you don't want it. Otherwise, if you give the person the right permission, the person may change the whole thing. Okay. Now let me change the shared permission to editor. Okay. So now that I've changed to editor, now you have permission. Anything you type, I don't need to confirm. It comes directly. Okay. Because you now have editor, it comes directly. Okay. So that is the commenter. Okay. Now let's all pause and look at something. The Google Doc has another capability that we call the history. Okay. And that is one capability that is very, very helpful. Let's assume we started in a way, but before I realized a lot of people have done something with the work, or because somebody have done something, we don't know where we've gotten to. Now, the system records the history of all the editing. So if I come here, I can see what? History. Okay. And I can always go back to the time we started. Okay. So this one is the first history. Okay. So this is the breakdown of the history. So this is how I started. Do you understand? So this is how I started it. So if I want to go back to how I started it, I can just click on it like this. And these are the history when the editing came in. Plenty editing. So I can come here and go to restore this version, and it restore back to how it started. So when there are lots of changes, the system tracks the history, and you can always refers it back to where it already started. Are we following? So that's one of the features which it may be helpful to you whilst doing collaboration learning. Maybe you started in a way people were adding pointer, before you realize the points have become so many that cleaning inside becomes issue. You can always revert it back to a point in time where everything was okay. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's it for the doc. That's it for doc. Now let's go to sheets. So we have sheets, which you can click, create a new sheet. And the sheet also works like Excel. Just as we did the Excel, you can work on it. Then you can also share. Share. You have to save first. You can also share, change the permission for viewer, commenter, editor. And it's works the same as the way the doc was working. So you have to know the person you are sharing with, which access, like privilege that person needs to have. You also have to have that thing in mind when sharing a link to someone. Okay, so it's the same thing which you can do your necessary formulas. But as I said, if case you want to do other word formulas, you will not have it online. So you have to download the work, download it as Excel, then you can upload it, you can open it on your machine to now work on it on your machine, where you can now get full access to do anything you want to do, any formula you want to do. You can get full access to do that one. Okay. All right. So that's it for the sheet. Then we have the PowerPoint and the rest. So basically, Google software or Google apps and Microsoft apps, they are all similar, and their purpose is to help in collaboration learning, where you can start a work somewhere, you do everything online in your cloud. When there's light out, you don't care. It doesn't affect you because it saves everything in the millisecond. If you write I and the light goes out, the I has been stored. As soon as you on your machine, you start from where you ended. But on your personal machine, sometimes you have to, if you've not saved at all, you lose almost everything, or sometimes you have to recover. It takes you back, you lose a lot of stuff. That's why some people prefer working online. Or when you move to a different location, you can always continue with something you were doing whilst you are away from your office. And then, so that's it for the, now let's look at, so we've done the sheet, we've done the doc, we've done the drive. That's the most important thing. Now let's look at the form. Let's look at Google Form. And Google Form will works just as the Microsoft Form. So if you understand the form, you can just implement the same thing in Microsoft Form. So let's say Google Form. So you click on the apps, the 9 dots. Let's see whether you have forms. Okay, we have forms. Now, what the form does, forms are usually used for surveys. We can use it to do quizzes and other stuff. So when you get to your final year, maybe your level 400, those ones you'll be doing your project works, and you have to sometimes do some questionnaires. Sometimes you have to do questionnaire, print on paper, go around chasing people to do it for you. You can just use the form. Create your questionnaire nicely on the Google Form. Share the link with your colleagues. In case what you are working on, you need response from your colleagues, you share it in your WhatsApp platform. Or you can even, if you need more responses, you can come to ICDE. They can share it on the general platform with every student, so that those who have time can just go there, then answer, just go through your survey questions, answer them, so that you can get the data you need in order to maybe analyze your project or something. Okay, so that's what Google Form is the easiest way. So you create a link, you share the link to your friends, then they can just do it. So there's the Google Form. So let's see, I've created a number of Google Forms here. Okay, but let's say you want to create a new Google Form. What you do is you can click on what blank, and this gives them, so you give the form a title. So let's say let's say ICDE 101 attendance form. Okay, so that's the title. Now you can give it a description. So the description is what maybe the form is about. So if you are doing your project work, maybe some small description will come there. You write small description about it. Then we can move to what? The question type. Now over here, if you look at the top here, we have what? Customization. So you can customize the theme. If you don't want this color look down for you, you can just click on the customization at the top here. We have theme. You can change the font. If you don't want this font, you can change the font you want. That's the header font. Questions, these are the questions, these are the options. So the font color you want. The header, you don't want the color, this violet color, you don't want it. You want to change it to another color, you can equally change it. Okay. Now the background, you don't want the background, this background, you want it another color, you can change it. Okay. So depending on what you want, the header, you want the header should have a nice picture. So this is the header. The system will generate some headers for you. Okay, school, certain images. If you don't like the image, you can upload your own image here. Do you understand? You can upload your own image. So let's assume this is the image. I want this image. This guitar is nice. I can choose it and I insert it. And that becomes the header of the. So you can just play around with it. Okay. Now you can give it a title. So the title is there. You can add favorite it just the same as you want to favorite it. This one is undo in case you are working and redo, we know. And this one is, we'll look at this ones later, publish. This one is preview. If you want to preview, you want to see how the end user will see the work after you share the link. That's where you come to the preview, and this is how they may see it. So this form is not accepting response because we've not done anything yet. So that's it. So this is the preview. Okay. So let me just close it. Now, this is the form. Now you have to ask questions. So you can add different questions to it. So we have, when you click on the first question like this, you type the question you want this person to answer. Okay. Now over here we have what? Multiple options. So we have, if the question you are asking, the answer should be a short answer. Short answer is just maybe a small space where the person will type. Then you make it a short answer question. If it's a paragraph, maybe you want the person to, maybe you want some impression. So the person will be typing more than just a line. You choose paragraph. If it's just a multiple choice that the person will choose A, B, just one answer, you choose more multiple choice. If it's a checklist, checklist where the person can tick. Because depending on the type of questions you need, you will know which option to use. So you can do a checklist. If it's a drop down, you choose a drop down. If the person needs to upload a file, you choose. So in case you are creating a form whereby you are maybe at church, you are taking certain information from your members, you want to create a place they can upload their passport picture, then you can use the upload version there where they can all upload their items. Then we have the linear, then we have the rating. So whether maybe you want to know the rating, maybe 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, the multiple choice. All these are options you can use, then date, then time. If you want all those options, maybe you want the person to spend date of birth, then you have to use date, where the person can choose date of birth. Then maybe if the question demands time, the person has to indicate a particular time, you choose time. Okay, so these are the options. I'll try and see if I can get a very long video on it. I'll put it on the platform so that you can watch, so that you understand. I'll not do all of them. I just want us to see how it looks like. So let's say the first question is enter your name. So I'm just playing, we are just enter your name, enter your full name. So full name will be short answer, right? So short answer. Okay. Now, so the answer will be here. Then you ask yourself, is that field, is it a required field? Is it a question that the person really, if the person doesn't answer, the person can go to the next page? If it's yes, then you specify what? Required. Okay. Then you can go to what? This plus, this one is what? Another question. Add new question. Or you can even duplicate the question. Okay, if they said you can duplicate it by clicking on this. So duplicate question, then you can duplicate, then just edit it. So let's assume we don't want to duplicate. The next question should be a multiple choice question. So I can say gender, indicate your gender. Okay, so first it's a multiple choice. So option, male. Then second option, female. Then we don't have other. Some people will say other. So that's it. Is it a required? If we click on what required. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. So we click on it. The next question, let's say we want checkbox. Okay, so checkbox, which is the person can choose more than one option. Which of the food is your favorite? Okay, so choose your favorite among them. Choose your favorite among the food below. So we have rice, we have plantain, we have banku, we have salad, we have fufu, then we have maybe say naan. Okay, so required. So which means over here the person can choose more than one option. Okay, then let's look at the next question. Let's say the next question we are doing a rating question. So rating. So let's do rating. So rating. How do you rate your lecturer? Okay, so rating required. All right. So with this, let me click on view and okay, so this is how it's going to appear at the as the person when the person click on the link, but we've not published it yet. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so this is where the person can choose which of the rating. Okay, over here the person can choose multiple. Okay, so that's it. So let me click on it. So now after you are done designing the form, now we come to what? Publish. Okay, if you don't publish, you can't share it. So you can publish. Then now the publish now gives you, are you the respondent? Is it what? Anyone with the link or manage? So we can go to what? Manage, restricted, anyone with the link. So editor restricted. So we can set it. Okay, so anyone with the link, then we click on what? Publish. So now we've published it. So this is the link. Okay, this is the link. So you can copy the link and share, or you can click on short URL. When you copy the link like this, okay, and you share, the link is going to be long, just like this. Let's say the link is very long like this. But if you don't want to share the long, you can click on what? Shorten URL, and it's going to shorten it, create something small, short, but it links to the same thing. So you shorten the link, and you can see it has done. It has become what? A short link. You click on OK, then you can what? Share. Okay, you can share. Now, before you share, let's look at there are certain settings here you need to know or look at it before sharing the link. Now, when we come to settings, so responses is when people start responding, it will be here. So when you come to settings, we have what? Make this a quiz. Make this a quiz. So if you want to make it a quiz, then which means you have to try and indicate if some of them are like immediate, each question, there will be an answer to show the grades. Okay, but this is not a quiz. So you leave it. Then respondents, there are options. Whether you want to collect their emails, because I asked them to enter their name, I already enter email. So you choose whether you want to collect emails or not. Now, when you say do not collect email, which means anybody can just fill the form. The person don't need to log, whether the person have Gmail or the person don't have any email, the person can just fill it. But when you put it for verified, okay, then it means the person needs to have a Gmail account. So know this sentence. Go, you can see what? Verified respondent will be required to sign in to Gmail. So if the person does not have Gmail and the person can't, so you have to know this sentence when sharing the form. Otherwise, you share and you may not get the response because people will be clicking on it. They will be asked to sign in first. And not everybody will like signing in things. Do you understand? You just want to click and give your answer. So if you are going to force the person to sign in, the person may not even respond again. Okay. So when you do that, it will force the person to what? Sign into Google. Then we have respondent input. Respondent input, the person can manually enter his or her email, any email, whether Yahoo or other emails. Okay, that's it. But one thing about the respondent emails, when the person, you allow the person to enter emails, then you can also, the settings can allow, in case after the person submit the work, the system should send a feedback to the person that your form has been submitted via email. So if you go through that route, that's where you can send a copy of responses to what? The person. Okay. That's the sender responder copy their response. So over here, when requested, when always. If you put it for always, then which means you can't leave here as do not collect email, because the system will have to send email to the person. So if the person do not specify a particular email, that response will not go. Are we following? So you just have to know the options to set. Then over here, allow response editing. When the person respond, can the person come back to edit some of the answers? That one is up to you. The limit of response, can the person do only one limit, or the person can do multiple response? Usually it's one attempt. If it's a survey, you don't want the same person to do different surveys. So one attempt. Then we have all those in the presentation. Whether you want, there should be a progress bar when the person is failing. If the form is very long, the page 1, page 2, there should be a progress bar so that the person knows that it's about finishing the work. That's if you want to do the form in pages. Okay. Then if you want the questions to be shuffled, then also after submission, if you want the system to send a thank you message to the person, you can edit and type in the response you want the system to send. But this will be a response that will show on the platform. Okay. Then a copy may be sent to the person's email. So all these are options. You can look at it. Then we have the default form settings. So these are the default one, which you can do not collect, is by default. If you set it, then it becomes the default one. Then we have what? Multiple, it's not a quiz. So these are default. So you just have to go through the settings, make sure you have set the correct settings before sharing the link. Are you following? So I publish, let me copy the link again. Copy the link, short URL, copy. I think our time is up. So let me just share it and let's see if one or two of you can just fill the form and we look at the response. Then we can call all the day. Also, I've shared the link, sorry, to everyone. I've shared the link. So can I get quick one or two response? Then we'll look at the response, how it will display at the response section. Okay, so we have one response. So you can see the response in real time. You can see the responses. We have 2, 3, and you can see the responses in real time. And the system will even be generating drawing graphs for you whilst you look at it. So if it's your project survey, whilst you are sharing the link, you are getting your diagram, your graph for your project. You don't need to now go and look for other software to come and do graphs and things for you. Everything is in real time and you can see everything in real time. Okay, so you can see your graphs, your response, gender balance, and everything. In case you are going to do a presentation, defend your project, you already have all these graphs. You can just copy and paste. Okay, so that's it for this one, the responses. Now, the response, what you can also do is you can also link the response to Google Sheets. So whilst the response are there, if you want to link it, what you do is you click it like this. So this is the summary of the response. You can go and click on questions. So see individual questions and the responses they did. Respondents, individual person, and then you come to individual. No, these are the questions. Maybe question 1, the answers, question 2, the answers. Then you can go to individual, maybe one person, the answers the person chose, another person, the answer the person chose, and the rest. Now, if you want to link the response to Google Sheet, maybe you want to link to Google Sheet so that you can download it in Excel. Maybe you want to reanalyze it again using a special software, maybe a different software. You can equally do that. So what that is you click at your link to sheet and you give it a name. You click on create, okay, and it links already. So this is the sheet, and the sheet gets updated in real time too. Whilst they are responding, it gets updated. So now you have a sheet you can download in Excel form, onto your machine, and probably if you have another software which you want to use to analyze the data, you can equally move it to that software in order to analyze the data. So that's one beauty about Google Sheets. Any question? Sorry, Google form. And this, how you design this form, you can do the same thing with the Microsoft one. Just the Microsoft one sometimes is advanced than this one. It has a lot of more functionality. It looks very nice compared to this one, but they all do the same thing. So any question?
Thank you, sir. Please, some forms they need to set question time. Maybe you need to use. Maybe the questions will be open at maybe 12. By 12:30, you need to complete the taxes. So please, I want to know that one because during this session, I haven't noticed that.
Okay, I'm coming. For Google Form?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, so I'm coming. Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, sir. Wow, sir is gone.
I think he'll be back. He's having some small challenge.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, sir.
I don't know why the network. Oh, my network.
Sir,
Oh, sorry.
sir, we can hear you. No problem. No
Okay,
problem. We can
all
hear
right.
you.
So for Google Form, Google Form like this, there is no need. You can't set timer for Google Form. Okay, for the Google, unless maybe you use a third-party software, that which you can use to. But the Google Form itself do not have a timer. So in case you want to use it as a form of a quiz, then you as an individual have to share and unlink later. So you can unlink so that after some time, no one can now go in and continue with the questions if you are using it in the form of a quiz. Because it doesn't have option where you can set a timer for Google Form. For Microsoft Form, I haven't checked, but for Google Form, you can't do that. So it may be, unless maybe you use a different software. Maybe we have a different one. If you are using, I think the last time we did, how many of you have used Socrative for a quiz? Has any of your lecturers used?
Yes.
Socrative for a quiz.
Yes, please. We have been using it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So for Socrative like this, it's not time bound. So if a lecturer is using it for a quiz, then the lecturer will have to open the room, and when it's time, the lecturer will close the room.
Oh, okay.
So it's not time bound. It's just that's why that's how it is done for Socrative and
Sir,
this one. So you have to.
Sorry for interrupting. Yesterday we were having a French, so the lecturer sent the questions ahead, 5 minutes ahead. So most of the students were complaining that when they opened the Google form, there was no session to provide the answers. So he told us at 9 the questions will be ready. So at 9 the questions open, and after 30 minutes the section will close. That is the main, or that was why I was asking this question.
Wow. But when you open, did you see the timer?
No, there was no timer. But when you open, you can access it.
It was a link, sir. It was a link.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it was a link. So he has to make it public. And when it's time for it to close, you will just come here. You can see over here where, in case this is a quiz and I've opened it, okay, and it's time for me to close it. I, as the administrator, I'll just come click on public like this. Then accepting response, I'll just turn it off like this.
Okay.
Then that's it. No one can get access again.
Oh, okay.
Then I'll save. So that's how. So if you want to use timer, then maybe you have to get a third-party software that can support and do the timer for you.
All right, sir. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Right. So I think this ends our session. Okay. So yes, boss.
I think where you went, I saw something like set time, something. I don't know whether you can go there again.
Okay.
Set close date or response limit.
Then they just added it.
Yeah.
Then they just added it. Okay. Then they just added it. You can see it's new.
Yeah.
New.
Yeah, because it wasn't
new.
there. It wasn't there. But they just added it.
Yeah, software.
Then there's something new they added. Okay. Because it wasn't there. Because all this time I've been doing it, I know there's no timer. So it's something new. So we've all learned something new today.
Yes.
It's something new. Yeah, all right. Thanks. All right. Yeah.
Hello. Yesterday to be the French. With the quiz we were writing, I realized someone's question 1 is someone's question 2. How is that done?
Okay, so that one is when I was doing the settings here. The settings here, I think I showed you a place where you can shuffle. That's it. Shuffle question order. This one. So which means the lecturer may turn it on.
Okay.
Do you understand? So if the lecturer turn this one on, then it will be shuffling. So yeah. So everything is from the settings. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Sir.
Right. Yes, boss.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you edit after publishing?
Yes, you can edit after publishing. So if you publish, you can still edit, but it's just when you edit, then it means those who have already responded. In case you decide to add more questions, then theirs will not come with those particular answer.
Yes, but will it still work with the same link?
Yeah, the same link. It will work with the same link.
Yes.
The same link will work. It will not change. As far as you publish it, as far as the link is generated, that's the same link. So even if you edit it, you do changes with it, you do other things, it will still work. The same link will work. It's just maybe in case you are having 5 questions and later you added 2 more questions. That means the earlier people who responded, when you export you go to the responses, you are going to short certain numbers. And if you export the Excel sheet, you notice that some column will be empty. Because maybe they answered those questions before you added the 2 extra questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's it. I think before we end, the time is up. I want us to go back to the LMS. You have another assignment for this week. So I'm bombarding with assignments. And this week, okay, we have the overview, we have the book, we have the PowerPoint presentation. We have a forum discussion, which is for 5%. As I told you my percentage will be marking 200 so that I get your certificate after the course. So the discussion is 5%. Then you have a quiz, which is also 5%. The quiz will start this evening. It will be open this evening at 6 p.m. and it will close on the 10th of April. So anytime at all from tomorrow, you can do the quiz. Okay. So it's open for more than a week. So I think it's 10 questions or 20 questions, I've forgotten, for 5 marks. Then we have the discussion. So this is the discussion topic. The discussion topic, you need to... Hey, someone have already contributed. Good. So this is the discussion topic. And there's a discussion topic. You read it's a little scenario. Then you respond. After you respond, you have to respond at least 2 of your mates. So you respond to 2 of your mates. So that's it. So that's the discussion topic. And also it's also time bound for 5 marks. So just make sure you do it before the portal closes. All right. So that's it thank you very much. I think there's no more questions.
So,
yes,
with the one that we are creating the folders, can we do it today?
Yeah, you can do it. It's opened.
Okay, then
So
I'm
all the
done.
assignments are open. It's only the quiz that will be opening this evening.
Okay, sir.
But the forum discussion and the folders, you can do it. You can do it. So maybe after the day and you think you are free, you can start working on them. And I'm sure by now some of you have already created such folders already somewhere. So you can just modify it and just upload it.
Yes, we are finished with them.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes, boss.
That means we can use the Google Drive or the LMS, Microsoft Drive.
No, the assignment is Microsoft Drive.
Okay.
The assignment is for Microsoft Drive because that is official one that we are using. The Google Drive, I didn't give any assignments on the Google Drive. The assignment is on Microsoft Drive, yeah. Because I know if you can do Microsoft Drive, automatically you can do Google Drive. So there's no need for me to give you same assignments on two different platforms.
So sir, please, you'll be waiting for you to help us to get our access to the Microsoft Drive, like
Yes.
the access. We don't have access to the
Let's compare that.
Yes, please.
Make good use of the Google Sheets, Microsoft Sheets, Excel, or make good use of a share. Let them fill in. Those who have issues,
yes,
let them fill in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So that it will be easier.
So
okay,
the recording some of us will need it.
So we'll meet next week. I think next week we are not meeting. So next 2 weeks, next 2 weeks we'll be meeting to do Padlet. It's also another tool, very, very interesting tool, which I know you also love. So if you don't hear again from me, happy Easter in advance.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We are grateful for your time.
So thanks.
Thank you very much.
Hey, please, will the recordings be on them?
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll try and I'll let them make it available to you. To be on LMS, okay? On my course page. Yeah, on my course page.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, Dazi, why are you? Dazi.
Sir, please, bye-bye.
Our ladies are here.
Sir,
We were
really need it. Bye-bye.
We were not hearing from you.
Some of you here, when we are asking questions and then you are trying to stop us, please stop.